Beides zusammen.
See you. Don't.
Ich brauche auch Schnitt. Wir schauen. So, mach ich fertig. Wir fahren zur Hauchschnittwand.
That's good design. I would have liked to see a bit more of a shake-up. Bows are in a pretty good spot, so they didn't need to nerf bows now, but maybe like, I don't know, nerfing poison a little bit. Buffing bleed, I would have liked to see the bleed buff. And changing it up a bit. I was hoping maybe some sort of Inquisitor buff. I love Inquisitor. But yeah, some specific archetype needs love. Archmage would be cool to see some love. And yeah, more melee changes. I really enjoyed slams when we had the Impaler. I think that was very cool.
I simply
so more
knew
things
you
like
wouldn't
that.
disappoint
League
me.
starters are going to be
Or
very
my
similar to
husband.
before. One change,
You
I will
see, His
maybe
Majesty
be
can
making
never
a
be
chieftain
satiated
sort of
on
like
his wedding day by
tutorial
one bride
build
alone.
guide for like completely new players.
Thank
We'll be
you,
very honest. Like
my
this
new
is going to
sister.
drop off super hard. It's
I
just
shall
like a good
always
day 1
treasure
to
your
3.
company.
Get a nice start, understand the game if you're completely new. It'll be good for that. Pretty much nothing else. The fact that Chieftain is unchanged in Ruthless says pretty much all. I thought I was misunderstanding something. However, everything to do with like endgame stuff, tattoos are going to change that a lot. We're also getting all the uniques back from Sanctum. So I think the meta will still be pretty exciting in the endgame. We'll still see like people coming up with crazy builds and new builds pop up. And there are new support gems and stuff. We just don't have the numbers for it. So that is pretty exciting. It's just the stale elite starter meta, which is pretty important to a lot of people and sad. Now, a lot of people are surprised about Ruthless. There were a lot of Ruthless changes and a lot of people are upset about it. Last time, Chris said we've already done a lot of Ruthless changes, but we didn't put it in this time because if we put too many Ruthless changes in, people will be upset. So this is 2 leagues worth of Ruthless changes, and it might look like a lot of lines, but if you're looking at it, it's mostly just removing stuff, right? It's just nerfing, removing stuff. There's not like anything that takes a lot of time here, right? You're just like opening a notepad and going delete that, no fun there. Honestly, it's fine. It's I've been very anti-Ruthless and I still am. I might try it this league if I can rope some other streamers like Steel into trying it with me. But yeah, it is something that doesn't look like it's taking a lot of time, right? It's not like they've added anything special for Ruthless. I was particularly upset last week at the event with Ruthless, and I don't really want to play Ruthless, but stuff. I think people are reacting a little bit on the Ruthless things. Coming from me as someone that just hates Ruthless. Conclusion overall, very short. Nothing that I'm like giga excited about. I'm just enjoying the game. Like the last Crucible, there wasn't anything crazy, so I played like a month and a half. I can't remember how much I played. The game itself is in a good state, so it's all gonna come down to the new uniques, getting Sanctum back and how Sanctum feels, and whether the auto battler is fun, the new league. Straight up, I don't know. Like, this gives me Blight vibes. I didn't like Blight. Then again, I thought Blight was gonna be amazing, so I guess the opposite of Blight. I love that they're doing stuff like this. I love that they're doing really weird ideas in ARPGs that haven't been done before and trying out different game modes. I don't know if it'll be good or not, but I love it. I love that they're trying stuff like that. And I think the fact that Season 1 of Diablo 4 was so bad for me that it's made me a lot more tolerant. And I'm like, you know what? Just like, keep updating the game. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm appreciating PoE a lot more after that. Because they obviously have a huge team and a huge budget. And their Season 1 was very lackluster. So hopefully Season 2 of Diablo 4 will be better. But either way, I will be posting League starters. We'll be collabing with other streamers. And some of the ones we're looking into right now is going to be some form of chieftain, maybe like a super basic like armor brand cremation thing, because that's like going to be a really good starter. It'll be hopefully able to kill the eater and exarch, but then fall off after that. we'll have Cold Dot, we're looking at Toxic Rain, we're looking at Bone Zone, Explosive Arrow, and Detonate Dead is the ones we're looking at so far. And then we'll have collabs with other creators that want to do that as well to make sure we're bringing you the best starters. But either way, hope you guys are excited about the league start. Thanks for watching. So if you liked the video, we have a new membership thing on YouTube if you want to support the YouTube content and you feel like that helps your league start more. And yeah, try to die less than I do.
Guys, TV here with another Path of Exile video. In this one, I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about the new support gem called Guardian's Blessing. Now, there's a lot of lack of information, but I want to talk about this in a couple of different aspects or ways to help people navigate and understand the gem itself and what it actually does for us when it comes to minion-based builds. And I want to say minion-based build because I think that people should be very, very careful in using this type of gem for a non-minion based character. The reason for that is that non-minion based builds, they don't invest into minion defensive stats such as Indomitable Army or minion life in general. Just to give you an idea what that looks like. Indomitable Army, this is the witch starting area. Indomitable Army is up here, fist damage mitigation. You have even more in the stage before, including HP. And normally most minion builds goes for this cluster over here. We get some extra minion life from here as well. So there's a lot of defensive stats for them, especially low body builds tend to be around here with the sacrifice nodes, which is very, very good as well. So with that out of the way, I do want to talk about this more in depth. And the first things to understand is that we are expecting this blessing designed gem to be in a position where it will have a reduced efficiency of the aura, which is very likely going to have a lower numerical value the higher the level of the gem itself is, reaching X amount of reduced aura efficiency. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love to see them not doing that and instead lower the amount of damage your minions take as the gem levels up, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that the damage per second that the minions are taking, which is based at the max life as physical damage shot on them, is going to be hard locked, and that the higher level the gem is, the higher or the better the aura actually becomes. And I'm very confident that I don't think we're going to see any of this become something we'll be able to have an increased aura efficiency on. I think that it's going to have a lower aura efficiency, and the higher level it is, the lower that value is. So without that information, it's impossible to tell if this is going to be a really, really crazy good support or not to run with your minions. Just you have to keep in mind that on top of this being potentially really crazy, it also has the possibility of this being kind of lackluster. You have to keep in mind a couple of things. One, you're putting one of your minions at risk. Secondly, it requires not one support gem, but 2 gems linked to one of your minions. That means you're going to have the minion gem itself, the actual aura gem itself, and the Guardian's Blessing. Now, minion builds are kind of known for having a lot of lack of socket. They're socket starved, which is why I was very sad to see the bone rings in the game not have a socket, because in the past we've always had things like unset rings be known as the minion type of ring, because it adds a socket, which we sorely need. I think that it's going to be